I start this interview off every single year at the Combine. We are here with the busiest man in showbiz, Mr. Ian Rapoport. Appreciate you joining us. I know this is a busy time for you, but just covering the Vikings. I know you know this team. You and Tom Pelissero knows this team inside out. Covering the Vikings, understanding what the needs are this offseason. What are some things that stand out to you?
Yeah, I mean, they have some huge decisions to make. You know, I think Danielle Hunter is one of the best free agents available. He is at a place, I mean, him and Kirk Cousins both can't be franchise tagged. Yeah. Do you sign both? Do you sign one? Do you say, you know what, we are going to trust, you know, they got a really good draft pick, right? If they let Danielle Hunter go, they get a really high compensatory pick the next year, and you get the number 11 pick to maybe spend on a pass rusher. Maybe that's how you replace him. Or you say, you know what, we have drafted, developed this guy, we paid him, it's been a struggle, but he is awesome, and we are going to sign this awesome player. You know, the Vikings have a lot of priorities. I mean, and then it's like for Kirk Cousins, first of all, you know, they have really the inside track at signing him because they know more about his medical than anyone else. It sounds like he's doing really well. Obviously, a lot of mutual interest there. Do they get to the right price tag to get that done? Still a lot of questions about what the Vikings decide.
Which option, in your opinion, helps this team move forward as far as building around when you go offense or defense?
You know, I don't really think about it like that.
That's the first time he's looked down. It always happens one time per interview, so we're good. We're on track right now.
I don't really think about it like that because it's such a complete picture. You know, like they could sign a bunch of defensive players in free agency. They could let Hunter walk to go get riches somewhere else, sign a bunch of players, draft offensive players. What you learn doing this enough is like it's such a long process for building a team. Like trades happen during the draft. Yeah. It's just, you know, I think I'll say this. As a team that is drafting high, as the Vikings are, they're one of the better teams. Because if Kirk Cousins was healthy, there's no way they are here. And I think that helps.
Understanding that, you look at just how the team is being built and orchestrated by Kevin O'Connell and Kwesi Adolfo-Mensah, you say, okay, what does the future look like? When you look at the draft, what are some position groups that fit this Vikings team if they decide, well, whether or not they decide to re-sign Kirk and re-sign Danielle and whoever? Yeah,
I mean, even if they re-sign Kirk, they're going to have to look at the quarterback position. He's in his, mid-30s, coming off a major injury. You're going to have to look at that position. Obviously you'd like to re-sign Justin Jefferson. If you don't, do you look at a receiver? I think tight end is probably fine. I think, assuming health-wise everything works out there. Edge, defensive. I mean, it's interesting because, they are a really good team, and they're a really well-coached team, and they've developed guys. So I don't know that there's a glaring need. And I think, last year if you had asked me, I would have said, I think, I would have said on defense they need to get a lot better. They got a lot better.
Yep.
Hiring Brian Flores was great.
Yep.
I think they're okay. It's just really kind of tinkering.
My last question for you before we get to the third look down to your phone. I love it because we're on brand right now. But understanding that $255 million salary cap number, how does that help the Vikings kind of orchestrate or extend or do whatever they want to do with their current roster?
Well, it helps them and it hurts them because it helps them in that they have more space. So maybe a couple fewer guys get cut. I think you'll certainly see the middle class be affected in a positive way. Free agents are going to ask for more. It's going to be expensive. It's going to be the most expensive free agency we've ever seen. And there's going to be some sticker shock. You're going to say, this guy got this much money, and it's going to be like, well, yeah, because of where the cap is. And that's okay. The players have earned it, and I'm excited to see everyone cash in.
Well, Ian Rapoport, we have been honored to be graced by your presence today, and you only looked down 3 times. So I think that's a win in our books. But looking forward to seeing what this offseason looks like and just keeping in constant communication on what the Vikings should, can, and will do this upcoming year before the fall starts.
All right, sounds good, man. Thanks for having me.
Yes, sir.